That's right.
Okay, turn.
We'll go ahead and call to order the Board of Adjustment for May 14th, 2025. And we'll start by approving our current agenda and our minutes from our last meeting.
I move approval of the agenda and the minutes.
I would second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? New business. Todd Novaczyk. Eva?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This is a variance request on a property that we reviewed a variance for a couple of months ago. A couple of months ago, Mr. Novaczyk applied to expand on the existing cabin on their property out at West Pope Lake. Upon the review before the Board of Adjustment, he chose to withdraw that application. And since then, him and I and his architect met to discuss alternative options that might meet compliance with the practical difficulties standard with variances. And he's chosen to apply to turn the garage into a second dwelling, essentially. I think there's a lot of latitude whether or not this needed a variance, but ultimately we chose to process this as a variance because the garage was granted with a variance in 1989, and in that order, it very specifically said for a garage. So I felt it was most transparent to process this as a variance. I'll keep my general analysis rather short because it was not contentious. With the original variance request for the cabin expansion, there was opposition from the adjoining property owners. And with the renewed notice, there was no comments from the adjacent property owners. The garage is about 90 feet away from the lake, and there is space between the garage and the wetlands to place a new garage, essentially, that would be meeting setbacks. With your packets there and on the screen, you can see the site sketch where you can see the cabin up by the house on the north side, up by the lake, and then the garage is that next shaded-in area. There is a proposed expansion on the garage, but it is outside of the lake setback area, so it does not need a variance request to do that. There is no proposed change to the exterior envelope of the garage within the lake setback area, so it is just changing the use internally of the garage. And then it would need to connect it into the existing septic system. There's a picture from the original 1989 variance request and the order. And West Pope Lake, just as a reminder, where we're located in the mid-trail area, and snowy conditions from when I did the first variance request review. So that's pretty much what I have. I did give you some draft findings and I believe some draft conditions. Let me double check here. Yeah, I just put 3 proposed conditions: compliance with the septic requirements, that the shoreline be remained as unmowed and natural vegetation with a 25-foot width there, and then no expansion to the structure envelope within the 100-foot lake setback. And the applicant is here to answer any of your questions.
Thank you, Neva. Please state your name and address for the record and add whatever you'd like to add.
Hi, good afternoon. Todd Novaczyk. Address up here is 8827 Old Gunfun Trail on West Pope Lake.
Do you want to add anything to the narrative, any comments? Or?
No, I think it was covered fine. When I was here last time, I understood where you guys were at, what you're communicating, and I think the idea is we're trying to accommodate for more family, and I think this might be a great solution because it's on the property, it's right there, and we've had a construction person look at it, and I think it's feasible to renovate it into a couple more bedrooms and a little kitchenette, a seating area, and I think it would fit the needs very well.
At this point, we'll open to the public. Does anyone here wish to speak on this item? Hearing none, we'll close it to the public and discuss it as board. Jeff?
It makes sense. And I'm appreciative that it took a second chance at it and made it work.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep, I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, no concerns.
I think it looks very like a good, a good option, so, look for a motion.
Mr. Chair, I'd approve the variance with the conditions that were listed in the staff report.
And we concur with staff's findings, in fact.
In concurrence with staff findings, correct. Yep.
We have a motion?
I'll second.
Motion and second. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none? There you go.
Thank you very much, really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And a motion to adjourn?
And thanks for moving me up in front of you. That was very kind of you.
Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second, anyone?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Board of Adjustments adjourned. We will, do you need a moment, Diana?